Hey everyone, welcome back to Bird Talk with Terrence Mathis. I'm William Brandon. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the simplest sports fantasy game on the market. Get this, sign up using the code ASU and Prize Picks will 100% match your initial offer up to $100. Well, the Atlanta Falcons are in sole position of first place after defeating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 13-10. Now, the game was not as close as the score shows. The
Right.
Falcons had plenty of opportunities to take this game over, but costly fumbles and play calling made it a close game. And I'm sure we'll address some of those things that need to be cleaned up today, but I would like to say I am happy. I am happy. And with that note, tell me, Terrence, what about these Atlanta Falcons defense? Why do they make you so happy?
Well, first of all, like you said, they're number one in the division. They sit in first place,
Mm-hmm.
which we expect them to be at the end of the year. We said that this may come down to a two-pony race at the end whatsoever, but the way the division looks right now, it looks like the Falcons are getting better. And everybody else is staying the same pretty much. And here it is. The Falcons defense, which we raved about going into this season, and I was in training camp, and I was telling you this defense could, if they finish in the top 10, this team has a chance to be into the playoffs and win a division. And as you've seen on Sunday, this defense kept this football team into the game. Even when we had our blunders in the red zone whatsoever, this defense stood up, stood strong, and helped out the offense, which it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed. Then it comes down to the special teams to win it. That's the way it's supposed to happen. Everybody's working together cohesively to pull out a win. And am I satisfied with that effort? No, but I'm happy that they won. Can they be better? Yes, a lot better. And it's always, we always talk about two or three plays in a game that you get those things cleaned up whatsoever, you win, or it's a blowout, or you lose in a blowout. So the Falcons overcame some blunders because of a great defense and 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 the lack of play of Baker Mayfield in that fourth quarter, which was defensive cause that, we pull out a win. But at the end of the day, we're gonna win some games like this. This when we talked about it 3 weeks ago, and we said this is who the Falcons are. They want to play close, have the ball last, and win it with a field goal with cool. Right. And I don't understand that philosophy. I don't understand that thinking, because guess what happens? It's 50-50. And what is this team right now? 50-50, 500. You can't keep rolling a dice like that. Play to win the football game all 4 quarters. You minimize the mental mistakes. It's mental mistakes. It's not the physical part of it. It's the mental part of it. The fumble snap, the fumble going into the end zone. It's the mental part of the game that's causing these games to be close. There's not many teams that's going to be more physical than we are whatsoever. It's just that we got to stop shooting ourselves in our own foot. When there was a time where we could have put this game away a long time ago, and we just didn't do it.
Yeah, we haven't had one of those wins where we don't have to really worry or pay close attention to the
Right,
game. Like
right,
other fans,
right,
where you just,
right,
oh man, we're
right,
smoking like the Ravens did the
right,
Lions this past
right,
week. They
right,
whooped them. The
right,
Falcons had multiple opportunities where you thought that would happen.
right,
Um, Desmond Ritter the previous week had 3 interceptions. This week he had 3 fumbles.
right,
People still want to jump on this. They want to get rid of him thing, but I still see so much good out of that kid. I really do.
right,
I like
right,
his playing style.
right,
I'm glad to see him run the ball. I mean, the
right,
kid ran a fast 4.40, but we
right,
don't even see that.
right,
But this game, we're seeing more of it.
right.
And he would have had that in the second the fumble at the end when he fumbled crossing the goal line. He realized what he did wrong there, and that's
Yeah,
like
he
you
did.
say, that's a coaching thing. That's not
Yeah,
a skill thing.
right. Yeah, it's a
And
mental.
he blew
Yeah,
them away.
yeah,
That's something that we're gonna. I mean, he already scored 1 run earlier in that game. That would have been the second one. He
Right.
had 107 passer rating, 19
Right.
to 25, 250 passing yards,
Mm-hmm.
spreaded the ball around.
Right.
Scotty Miller, who we haven't
Right.
seen, got a deep ball.
Right. Exactly. Uh, Welcome to the team, Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. On that fumble going into the end zone, it was one of those things that, I'm wide open. And instead of just running through the tape as you tell every sprinter to do on 100 meters, you lean at the tape to make sure you won it. He didn't lean. He just kind of moseyed through. And when you have guys that have played at a championship level, they play until the whistle blows, and they don't believe it's over. And you've seen Winfield Jr. Winfield Jr. knock that ball out, which he's done plenty of time in his career. Is a habit. That's a habit right there. That's a championship habit that he has. So Desmond Ridder got to find a championship habit to do things all the way and not just halfway do it. I was sitting before we came on. I was sitting and I was going, and my wife kept saying, "Why are you saying?" So I'm trying to find the best adjective or the best description of this Falcons football team. And then I said, I got it. It's like when you tell your kids to eat all their vegetables and they like, and they stuff in their mouth and then they leave a little bit and say, okay, that's enough, go to bed. That's what these Falcons are. They give you just enough to say, okay, all right, go to bed. I want you to eat all your vegetables where I can say, that a boy, that's the way to do it. Not just go, well, at least he ate most of them. I don't want that feeling anymore. I want that, okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's a full game. Special teams, offense, defense, play calling, everything. I want to see them go on a 4 or 5 game winning streak in that effort, that ability where we can say, okay, we can, instead of saying, we won. And people say, well, a win is a win. Yes, but when you at this level and when you play at this level, when you coach at this level, yes, you're happy you won, but you shouldn't be satisfied the way you won.
Right.
And fans don't get complacent. Keep demanding more from this football team. Believe me, they read your posts, they read the art, they read everything. They read everything that you say. Don't think they don't. From the owner all the way down to the equipment guy, they read everything that you say. Keep them accountable and make them play force them with your words that you said, okay, we're happy, but we're not satisfied. We know you're better than this. We know you can play better than this. And that's where I am right now. I went, whew. It was one of those things like, it's like, whew, they won. It wasn't like, yes, yes. It was like, whew, I'm tired of that every week. I want to just be like, come back and say, all right, hey, it's over. Yeah. And walk away when there's 5 minutes to go in the game, 3 minutes to go in the game, and say, it's over. Give us some of that. But here's the thing, William. It's parity across the league.
It is.
See it everywhere. We even seeing it with some of the best teams in the league. We even seen it with some of the best players in the team. It comes down to fourth quarter and in the last 6-7 minutes of the game where the game may get out of control, where one team may take control of the game. And then the Ridder haters. So Brock Purdy is supposed to have been the Purdy boy for the 49ers. And they just lost 2 in a row.
Right.
And he didn't look really good on Monday Night Football against the Vikings. Okay. Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott. Because should I go on and on? Jordan Love. Should I go on and on and on and on?
There's really only one quarterback, and that's Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
That's it. He's the elite. Everybody else is trying to get like that.
You got Justin Herbert that's playing on a bad football team and is a really good football player. But you got Jalen. Then you have those others, Jalen Hurts, Tua, and all those others. But what quarterback out there is just lighting it up where you go, that's what I want my quarterback to be.
Yeah.
Really?
There's only one, really.
Understand, this is right now, until all this comes together, until he goes through this growing pain, and hopefully it doesn't last much longer.
Right.
This is who we have, and this is who we got to ride with, because there's no other alternative right now. So we got to ride with this dude right here. And guess what? This team, especially defensively, said that's our dude. We're gonna ride with it. We got your back. We got your back. And that's the way that's a championship attitude right there. But guess what? On that defensive side of the ball, you have a lot of championship pedigree guys.
Right.
And that's the difference. Offensively, you got tons of talent, tons of talent. Pitts is finally showing up and doing them spectacular things, and they calling him the unicorn again. They all these things. I hope he's not listening to that and reading that and just continue to get better and better. You got John New Smith. I'm just talking about the tight end, then the running back position. Cordell Patterson showed up this week, and wow, I mean, it was just a different flow. Algier, and then you got your guys on the outside, London, and then Scotty Miller shows up, and I can't wait till they get Van Jefferson involved. Here's the thing. I was talking to somebody, William, and we're going to something different. I was talking to somebody, and when Grant got that interception, that 98 team would have came out and we'd have threw it deep to Tony or I. We would have came play action and threw it deep. We weren't gonna play it because we're like, okay, here's our chance to kind of get you while you're sleeping.
Right.
We don't throw the ball deep enough to make people back up. I don't care if you throw it on first down and throw it over his head and out of bounds. It makes that corner think and that safety think like, woof, I got lucky on that. Now, when you throw one and complete one, but I told somebody said, why they don't do it? I said, because they don't practice it in practice.
Yeah.
They don't do it. It's not a normal thing for them. It's not a thing that they just line up and 1-on-1, 7-on-7, or even after practice, throw balls deep. They don't do that. I remember after practice, after our conditioning, the quarterbacks we used to line up and we used to drop back and we run deep balls. He had to learn where everyone likes the ball and where he knows where to put the ball. And we'd do 4-2 on each side at the end of practice. And just so we can have a feel of what that feels like catching a ball 40, 50, 60 yards downfield. And this team doesn't do that because they're not asked to do that. And that's part of the game. That's the part of the offensive game that's missing for this Atlanta Falcons team, the deep ball. Right. You get the deep ball incorporated. You see when Scotty Miller caught that ball down the middle, it brought some energy. I even like, wow.
Right.
Scotty was happy, the sideline jumping up and down. That's what it's like hitting a home run in baseball. You hit it deep, everybody, oh,
yeah, everybody's following with their eyes. Definitely.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to hit singles and all that stuff. But when that ball goes out the park, the fans go crazy. When you throw it deep, the fans go crazy. The sideline, your teammates go crazy and say, "Here we go." And we need more of that in this offensive game plan.
And that's my thing. And why I defend Ritters, because I see he can make those throws. He made the deep ball. He made that pass to Cordero Hodge in a tight window at the end of the first drive.
Right.
He's making those plays. He's still making mistakes, but he has that potential to be what I think maybe Arthur Smith sees in him.
Well, Williams, somebody's listening to our show because I didn't see many play actions or rollouts past Sunday. He's a pocket passer. He's a pocket passer, and when there's no one open, he can help you with his feet. Let him do that. Don't let him. He's not good on the run, and he's not good coming out of play action, finding the coverage and throwing the ball. Now the little RPO run, play fake whatsoever, he's good at that because his eyes is down the field. But when he has to turn his back to the defense, he's not a really good quarterback doing that. But here's the thing: each week he's learning something.
Right.
You know, like we said, 2 weeks ago was interceptions. This past week, it was the fumbles. Okay, he's learning on the
Mhm.
go, and they're winning or
And they're
playing really
winning.
good. You see what I'm saying?
And it was a
So
road win and against
yeah,
a division rival.
yeah, and don't be discouraged. Don't
Right.
don't be discouraged at all. This team, they get it fixed offensively if they just continue to do what they did. Build on
Mhm.
this past game against Tampa Bay, and all you have to do is incorporate 3 plays. Let's go deep left, deep down the middle, and deep right. That's all 3 plays you got to incorporate in your offense, and you're fine.
Right.
You're fine.
We got to address the elephant that was in the room but didn't really get on the field.
Mm,
I'm speaking of running back Bijan Robinson. He
mm,
said that he ended up having headaches
mm,
inbound flight to Tampa Saturday, and then he said he
mhm,
woke up Sunday, maybe still feeling a little linger in it, but the coach didn't want to risk it. So had everybody wondering, fans, media, and including the NFL
yeah,
wanting to know, hey, when was he injured? How long
mhm,
has he been injured?
mm,
And when did he know about it? We all had our own conspiracy theories, our own theories about what may be going on. We've seen
mhm,
CP in. CP's
mhm,
getting a lot of touches.
mhm.
He was actually playing well.
Yes.
So we don't really know what to take from it. Honestly, I and you can speak more to it from a personal standpoint, but I thought there was more to it. I thought maybe somebody would felt rubbed wrong in the organization. I just don't know. I felt like there was more to it than just a simple headache and
Yeah.
coach didn't put him in. What do you
Well,
think? Or what's your
here's the thing that the NFL is going to want to know. When did you know,
hmm
and why didn't you report him being questionable before for that game?
right?
Even though he played. But still, if you have a guy that's injured on your sideline, you're supposed to let the NFL know and the other sideline know that you have a guy that's questionable or out of a game. Um, so everyone can adjust accordingly.
Correct.
Uh, so here's the thing, and I'm not saying it is what it is, but here's the thing. If the coach didn't want to risk it and he had a headache problem, why would you put him in the game and
hmm
risk him get hit in the head if he had headache situations?
Right.
So I got to question that one right there. Um, and it could be true. I'm not judging, and I'm just trying to put these statements together.
hmm
And then you decide to play him a little bit in the fourth quarter and give him the ball late in the fourth quarter. Um, I don't understand that one.
Last
Uh,
drive of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, yeah, and it was. I don't know. I don't know if the load was too much coming into this game, and he didn't have a really good week of practice mentally, um, or I'm just gonna put it out there. CP said, "I'm healthy. I won't play." Point blank. That could have happened.
Yeah.
That could have happened. And then coach could have said, well, let's see how CP does. If he's not, if he's not playing well, we'll
Yeah.
play Bijan. I said this was going from the get-go. I said this is going to be a problem with that backfield. You got 3 guys that can carry the rock, and I'm not saying that their egos get in the way and they're pouting in their babies, but when you want to contribute and you want to play, you're gonna make some noise.
hmm
And if you're not making noise, I have an issue with you anyway. I mean, that means you don't really care. So the thing is, we don't know what went on, but I guarantee you that at some point somebody said something about playing time, and it wasn't, it was body languages tell kind of tells the story. Um, Bijan didn't look kind of like he was hurt. He looked kind of like,
Yeah.
oh
Why would
well,
you
guess
dress him?
yeah, I'm if you're
Helmet
not
on,
gonna play
ready.
me. Yeah, he had that look like if you're not gonna play me, why am I dressed? That's what he looked like.
hmm
That's what it looks like to me. And the thing is, I don't know, but that's just from my visual, that's what it looked like. But whatever it is, this team needs to fix it and fix it in a hurry. And I hope it's not that. I hope it's not about playing time. I hope it's not that, because that's gonna split your locker room so fast. That this season is gonna be in trouble if that happened. So somehow, some way, you're gonna have to figure it out, Arthur Smith, Coach Smith. I'm gonna call you Coach Smith. Coach Smith, you're gonna have to figure this one out, and in a hurry.
Yeah, because I mean, and I hope that if he was hurt, that he gets well soon. And
Yes,
like you said, it's not what about playing time,
right,
because like you said, everybody's accountable. It's not just Ritter and his fumbles; it's also the
right,
play calling. We
right.
had so many opportunities inside that goal line. We
Yes,
throw the ball again. It's like
yes,
once we get in the red zone, our
yes.
play calling ceases to function at a high level. So we got down there, and my mind is, why isn't our number 8 pick running back all purpose who can break an ankle on a dime, not right there on the 2-yard line getting ready to run this ball?
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
mind. And I'm sure everybody else's mind frame went there. So I just had to say that little piece on why the play
I'm
calling is still having its issues.
I'm laughing, William, is because we're 3 years with this, and at some point you're gonna have to get more comfortable and more sure of yourself
Mm,
calling plays in the red zone. Because when you're unsure, the players are unsure.
mhm,
So they're not gonna run or execute that play to the belief that it's gonna work.
right.
Because from a player's point of view, we've been in games before where players come in and we hear the play and go, "What?" and not believe in the play, and it's a negative play.
Yeah, yeah,
That's because when you don't believe in it, you're not gonna block it, you're not gonna run it, you're not gonna, you know, that's what happens. That's just what happens because you've seen it in practice. It didn't work in practice. What makes you think it's gonna work in a game? So you're going into a game uncomfortable with certain plays that's called. So in the red zone, there has to be a red zone period every day in practice where you rep the same plays over and over again against different fronts and different coverages to feel comfortable with what you want to do. We went in basically we would go into the same with the same red zone game plan every week. And
mhm,
we may add one or two plays because of something we seen in the previous game that they did.
yeah,
But we knew we repped it every day against different coverages, different scenarios whatsoever. So when it came up, we were prepared. It was never a different, oh, this week we're gonna run this in the red zone. No, 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 no. It was the same thing. It may be from different personnel or different settings or whatsoever, but it was the same. And every guy knew what was coming and knew how to execute it. It's funny, and I text you and I made a joke. I said when we see this from the head coach, he's saying to himself, "Oh Lord, please, I hope this play works." When he crosses his hands
does that,
and
yeah.
does this, he's going, I'm not sure if this is gonna work or not. Most coaches, seriously, man, I'm being a coach
Mhm,
myself and watching and all these things, I laugh because some of the things that coaches do on the sideline,
mhm,
I I kind of know what that means. Like sometimes when the coach calls a play and you see he gets his hands on his knees and he's looking, he's
yeah,
anticipating something good to happen.
yeah.
Or if he's pacing and looking back and he's going back and looking like on the field, like, okay, yeah, there it is. Oh, oh Lord, I hope this gonna work. And some look. Sometimes we can have fun on this show, people.
Right.
It's just jokes. It's just jokes.
And speaking of play calling, I gotta take my hat off to Ryan Nielsen, the defensive
Yeah,
coordinator. Man, he has been doing a heck of a job. Falcons are number 3 in yards allowed at an average of 285.4 per game. Number 9 in points allowed at 19 a game. I mean, 3 sacks this past game. As you said, Richie Grant with the interception. I just had to give them their props because and him his props because we talked about it. We said I think sub 15. We're
Right.
out here with a top 10
Yeah.
defense. Without a doubt, it's top 10.
Yeah.
Really on the lower end of 5, you know.
Yeah.
So
Here's the thing, man. This defense doesn't get enough credit in the league at all.
Mhm.
This defense is special. I mean, from man to man across the board, it's special. Even when Evans was giving Terrell the business,
Mhm.
Terrell didn't back off. He kept coming at him and
Yeah,
kept making, and then he started getting his plays. That's what you got to understand. Mike Evans is a pro, and he's a good football. He's a really, really good football player. And the thing is, he's gonna win some, and you're gonna win some. And that's what the mentality you have to have playing that corner position, knowing that he's gonna make some plays.
and it was
But I
great because
gotta
that
make
was the
more.
only play though. That
Yeah,
was the only
exactly.
touchdown for Tampa that
Right.
entire game.
Exactly.
It
So
was
that's what I'm
clamps
saying.
after that.
It happens. And
Mhm.
this is what I love about this defense. They may give up some, but
Mhm.
they don't give up a lot.
Right.
And the thing is when they give up one, it doesn't rattle them.
Mhm.
They come back and get a 3 and out, turnover, sack, whatever they may do, fumble, interception, but they play. This defense plays all 4 quarters.
Right.
And once this offense catches up to the way the defense is playing and play ball out for all 4 quarters, we're looking at a division championship football team, and possibly, I'm not saying they're NFC championship ready yet, but they can scare somebody in that first round of the playoffs. So, and we're talking here playoffs. What are you talking about playoffs? But here's the thing: if your goal is not making the playoffs, first of all, if your goal is not winning the division, something's wrong. If
Right.
your goal is not getting into the playoffs and winning that first game first, there's something wrong. Because you're sitting at 4-4 right now, and your destiny is in
Four and
your own
three. We're
hands.
4-3.
4-3. I'm sorry. We're 4-3 right now, and your destiny is in your hands from here on out. You I don't know. After 7 games last year, where
We were
was
so look at this. We were actually in first place, but we were 3-4, and that was
mm,
the last time
mm,
that we remained there. But yeah, we were
mm.
3-4 last year.
So you should learn from your mistakes of last year.
Right.
But don't look back. Don't turn back. That's when you lose the race, when you start looking back. You know, that's what they say, sprinters, if you look back, you're gonna lose the race. You catch you the ball and you running, you looking back at a defender, he gonna catch you and tackle you. Don't look back.
Yeah.
Stay forward. Let's keep going forward. Let's get this one out the way. It's done. It's done. It's Tuesday. It's done. Go to work Wednesday and make it happen.
And speaking of going to work, the Falcons take on the Tennessee Titans this Sunday. The Titans were just on, they're coming off a bye week, and that's preceded by a loss to the Ravens, 24-16. So not only did they lose, they're coming off a bye, but Tannehill looks like he may not play. So
Right.
Falcons may face Malik Willis and Will Levis. Vrabel said they might split actual quarterback time. So in words to me, I feel like it's another eating opportunity for the defense. I mean, we don't. It should be good to go. Now the remaining 10 games they have, the opponents are a cumulative record of 22-43.
Mm,
Nobody left right now has a record above 500.
mm. Well, I hate to say this, but Vrabel, this is the NFL. Your quarterbacks can't split duties. It's like college football. Play one and ride with it. And if he ain't playing well, sit him down and play the other one for the rest of the game. What do you mean split duties?
Yeah.
Oh, we as a team, knowing we going into a game with and the team gonna split duty quarterbacks, we checking that one off as a win. That's a win for us because there's no continuity. They ain't trying to win. They just trying to figure it out. They ain't trying to win. They trying to figure out which one can finish a game or which one is going to do well. Shoot, that's a win. I'm checking that one off as a win. Falcons, fans, that's a win. I'm checking that one off. You're gonna play two quarterbacks, especially one a second-year guy and a rookie. Y'all,
Right.
you gonna check off win
That's what I was
against this defense? Against this defense? Okay. You gonna run Henry 50 times? That ain't gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. We don't
That
allow
ain't gonna
runs like
happen.
we don't allow. Yeah, we don't allow
We
that.
don't. That ain't gonna happen.
And they traded away their top star safety, Kevin
Safety.
Beard.
Right.
So
What? Come on, man. They're not trying to win, but don't go in there cocky.
right.
Don't go in there cocky because you're going. Oh, they trade away the safety. They Tannehill may not play. They're gonna split duty with quarterback. Oh, mm-mm, mm-mm. I had a coach who told me, he says, you know how you kill a gnat? With a sledgehammer.
You make
And
sure.
that's what the Falcons got to do.
You got to
Dude,
make sure.
come on, man. Don't go play with these dudes, man. Put them away and put them away early. And look, I know Coach Smith. Stop calling him Arthur. Coach Smith. I know you're about to play your former team. I get it. And I know your former quarterback coach is a new pass game coordinator with the Titans. So
Yeah.
he may know a little bit what you about whatsoever. Don't worry about that. Do what you do. Don't change up what you do because you think they know what you're going to do. I'm speaking from experience. We go into the Super Bowl. We playing Shanahan team, which was Dan Reed's offensive coordinator when he was in Denver. And Dan thought, oh, they know everything we're going to do. Let's change up our offense. And we lose the Super Bowl. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Do what you do and do it well.
Right on. One last little tidbit. He's been on a tear. He's made 13 of 14 field goals this season. It's 89.4 over the 6 seasons in NFL. Excuse me, that's over his 6 season in NFL. But 2 game winning kicks so far this year. That's great.
He's your MVP so far.
What you
He's
got?
Best, he's the best player on the football team right now. Well, it's funny because it's not laughable and it's not fun. And I'm not trying to make jokes, but
We got a few
here's
minutes.
the thing. I'm more comfortable with him making field goals at the end of the game than anything else.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I hope we just have a field goal to win the game, not a touchdown. Because
Right.
I know once we get in field goal range, we're going to win it. If we got to score a touchdown, I'm like this, like, oh, Lord, because our red zone efficiency is really, really bad. Right. Really, really bad.
So what you got for us in the show today?
Here's the thing. I was riding, I was at the gym and I'm on the bike ride and whatsoever. I got my ear pods in and listening to my praise and worship music, and a song comes on. It's All Things by Kirk Franklin. It's a God can do all things. And it brought me to tears because I look back in my life from where God has brought me and brought me through things that I probably shouldn't have came through, but and put me in places where people said I shouldn't be, giving me accolades that I probably don't deserve whatsoever. But then I remember that when I pray, I ask for God's guidance. I ask for his grace, his love, and his mercy. I ask for all these things, prosperity and health and peace and all these things, strength. And I always pray, make me a head, not the tail, a leader and not a follower. And I prayed these things and he's given me these things, but I humbly cry because I look back and it's funny. I can look at pictures on the wall or a card or a video and go, is that me? Is that me? It's like, you look at the pictures and you're going, God is amazing, man. For a little asthmatic kid get to do something he dreamed to do that he asked God for. And I'm just amazed, man. I'm just amazed. And the thing is, I always say if he doesn't do anything else for me, he has done more than enough. So you out there, thank God for what he has done, not what he has not done or what he's about to do. You know, sometimes, and I got a happy feeling earlier today, and I was happy and I was happy. My wife says, what's going on? I says, I'm praising God in advance in my spirit about what he's about to do for this family. Sometimes, you know, you feel it, you feel it, you feel it. And when you have that feeling, you can't go back and have a doubt, because next day ain't the same day. Something's going to happen, and you're going to have to just, hey, God can do all things, and he will do all things because he's amazing. So keep pushing, even through those storms, keep pushing. That's
Amen.
it. Yeah.
Thank you as always, T.
Yeah, man.
Everyone, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited and turn on those notifications. Let's keep it going, Falcons. Let's keep it going.
5 wins. Let's go.